Ladies and germ heads, what's poppin'? This is the first official video of a new thing I kind of want to do on my channel. I realized my channel can be whatever it was, and I made this video twice already, but honestly, man, if you don't calm down. Honestly though, I feel like both times I did that video I wasn't prepared, but I feel like the headspace that I'm in right now, I'm prepared to just talk about these subjects. So without further ado, welcome to the dude in the room, or the dude in the car for this video and many other future videos probably. But with just this whole concept, I kind of just wanted to talk about things from the male perspective, I feel like, or just not even the male perspective because every man is different, but just being a man, just kind of just like shedding some light on men and just how men it's like how men really are as people, because I feel like niggas kind of give it a bad rap because it's just like, oh, like niggas are shallow and they don't think about nothing. Niggas just like looks, and niggas just want to have sex and get money and murder. It's like, they're emotionless. It's like, it's so much more to men, honestly. Like, it goes deeper than just what you see on the surface. Like, social media really will implant an idea in people's heads of like what people are. Like, even with like, let me see, man, stop playing with me. Let me just turn the car off. Even with like, just like, I'm sorry, my bad. Even just with like social media, it's like social media, that goes with women too, where it's just like, oh, women are whores if they dress like this, or women need to be in the kitchen and stuff like that. It's just like, they think that men are the dominant and the women are the submissive, when actually it's just a person by person thing. So I kind of just want to give really just my personal experience, because I can't speak for no other men. So I'm gonna just get into the first topic that I really want to talk about, which is just how I process emotions, I guess, as a man. And I'm gonna just kind of just give a backstory to like how I was kind of just brought up on it versus like how I approach it now. So growing up, I was just always told like, oh, boys are supposed to do this, boys are supposed to do that. Like, I remember somebody told me one time, do not sniff your underarms because girls do that. And I was just like, well, like, what if it stinks? Like, you know what I'm saying? That don't like really make sense to me. And like, I don't get how, like, just because I'm a boy. Ooh, I'm tripping. Hold up. But yeah, I was saying, I don't get how, like, just because I'm a boy, I can't do this. Or it's like, even just things like boys aren't allowed to cry. You're supposed to be fearless, and you're supposed to, and it's like, yeah, you are supposed to have that balance of masculine and feminine energy. But growing up, they don't teach you that balance. They teach you how to be a man, and they teach women how to be women or feminine, or men to be masculine. And I just feel like I just never like, I feel like I did the opposite, honestly. Like, I grew up like with my mom. Ooh, I'm tripping. Sound like the birds singing, shoot, shoot. But anyway, like, I grew up raised by like a single mom, 4 boys, and it's just like, my dad was in my life. It's just, you know, stuff happens with people, so it's just like whatever. But being like, my mom being a primary caregiver, like, I naturally just inherited those feminine traits like over the masculine, because that's who I live with. So like, the way like I guess learned how to process emotions just by watching was like just growing up learning. It's like when people do stuff to you, I just never really was one to react, just because I felt like I always just like grew up with this compassion for people, I feel like. And it's just like, oh, when something happens or somebody challenges you or whatever, it's like most men just growing up that I've seen lash out, and it's just like, you know what, like, I hate all women, or I hate men, I'm gonna go kill somebody, I'm gonna rape somebody, I'm gonna shoot somebody, or just, and it's like, that's the brutal truth. It's like, some men grow up so like in their masculine, and like they're taught to just like not even process emotions, just to act, that like they get to the age of where I'm 24 right now. It's a lot of 24-year-old men walking around right now that still act like 10-year-old boys, because like they weren't raised on like, or they just don't understand like what it means to balance out those emotions. It's like, sometimes it is cool to like be angry, but like at the same time, like, me personally, anytime I feel an emotion, I don't act on it. I always just am like, well, it depends sometimes, because sometimes like we can be impulsive, and like I do have my moments, but for the most part I try to just, whatever emotion I'm feeling, I sit in it and then I act from there. So if I'm like sad, I'm just thinking like, why am I sad? And then it's like, as stuff starts triggering in my head, I'm like, okay, like I should react this way or whatever, whatever. If I'm happy, it's just like, dang, why am I so happy? Like, da 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 da, whatever. Or if I'm angry, it's like, what pissed me off this much to where I'm losing my cool or whatever. And I guess I would just say, like, the way I do it is, like I said, thinking about just like the emotion you're feeling and just processing and truly understanding, like getting to the root of the problem. I feel like that's something that I just been doing for just like the last couple of years, really. It's just like when something happens, instead of impulsively reacting to just have a quick fix or solution, it's like think about the bigger picture and think about why it's going on and how you can avoid that situation, or how like you can manage or work around that. And honestly, it really just has helped me with so much, because I feel like anytime there's ever a conflict, I don't raise my voice, and I don't like to just like, I really just try to sit. It's like I sit with my emotions before I even have any type of, whether it's an inner dialogue or like a conversation with somebody or whatever. It's like, I'm always just like, why do you feel this way? Why do you feel this way? Why do you feel this way? And I feel like most people don't even see it, because like I'm in my head 24/7. Like I'm always thinking about stuff. Like my brain be like on go, and not even just like stuff like that, but like I be singing songs in my head, like playing games, like just thinking about old stuff, or like even processing emotions. Like I feel like, me personally, it's like I feel like some people get surprised because it's like, why did you react that way? Like da 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 da. And it's like I reacted that way because, or it's just like, why'd you do it that way? And it's like, it's because I already just knew, like, okay, like I'm thinking about this and you might not see it, and I might be cool and still talking, but at the same time I can multitask up here and down here. So yeah, I would say just like yeah, that's what I would just say though. Like just like I said, when you get that emotion, just, well, when I feel an emotion, like I said, I just try to understand why, because people don't react away for a reason. There's always like some, and it's usually childhood traumas as to why like you react a certain way or why certain things trigger you and stuff like that. And I just be like, what happened that like every time this comes up, or like what happened to where like every time this happens I get angry, or every time this happens it makes me happy and stuff like that. And I just think back to stuff like, oh, childhood, or like stuff I enjoyed growing up, or just like relationships with friends or just people or family and stuff like that. It's like I really be like just trying to get to the bottom of things, because I feel like that's how you become more just in tune with your emotions, is when you sit with them and you give your emotions a chance to be emotions, feelings. Like you give yourself a chance to feel, like, and I think that's the empath in me. It's just like I feel for so many people that like, it's like I feel for myself so much I can't help but feel for other people. And just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a complete thought. Like that was really that thought, honestly. Like I'm not gonna sit here and try to think, because like I just had a brain fart. I'm not even gonna lie, I have a lot of those. But again, I'm gonna just repeat the steps, because like, you know, whatever. Like I said, I process things, try to understand, because it is important to understand. Once you understand, it gives you a better way to just approach things. And just like I said, it's always a reason why you're acting that way. It's never on the surface of, what's an example? Like, I don't know. It's like if somebody just like steals from you, like if somebody steals from somebody and they don't react a certain way, it's just because it's like, oh dang, that's never happened to me before, like whatever. But let's say somebody steals from you and it just ruins your whole day. Like something probably happened to where like you feel like people are stealing your time, or like somebody might have like actually stole from you in the past, or like just little things like that. Or like even like, it's like, let's say like if somebody cheated on you or something like that, it's just like, why does that trigger you? And it's like something like that could just be a thing of like abandonment issues, or like feeling like you're not worthy enough and stuff like that. And basically the point I'm trying to make is emotions are always deeper than the surface. It's never just it's like, oh, like this happened and I react. It's like you reacted this way for a reason. My cat's in the back. But yeah, honestly, like that's just really it. Like that's all I got to say, just in terms of just how I process emotions. I didn't want to make this too long. And it kind of was impromptu just because like I try not to script stuff. I really just be trying to just spitball off the top. So yeah, you know. But I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing this new segment or just this new series called Dude in the Room, The Dude in the Room, where I just try to talk about things from a male perspective, because I feel like just society, we're mainly just, I guess, women in general feel like, and that's the vice versa. I feel like we don't really know the opposite sex, and I just want to offer insight just based off of like my experiences and stuff like that. So if you think it's cool, give it a like, comment if you want, like, if there's any women out there watching, if there's any questions you want like answered, like I'm gonna be honest and I'll answer it. Like I don't sugarcoat. Like I don't have time to sugarcoat. It's like I can't help but be myself. So it's just like I'm gonna just tell you my experience, because at the end of the day, my experience isn't that person's experience, and nobody's experience is wrong, because the way, ooh, this looks cool, look cute, but the way that everybody experiences things is different, and there's no right or wrong way. It's just, how do you make that the most efficient and quality way for you to respond? But yeah, like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm gonna just try to like get this series rolling. I have a list of questions I want to answer, but if y'all got questions, let me know. Like I don't mind like switching up stuff like that or whatever. But yeah, till next time.